Bison Football Show with Coach Tim Polasek. Brought to you by Gate City Bank for a better way of life. And Pepsi.
Welcome in, everybody. It is the Bison Football Show. Sam Neidermann here with former Bison Noah Gindorff filling in for Coach Polasek as we enter the bye week for NDSU. Appreciate you joining us. Hope it's been a great weekend so far. Noah, great to see you. Happy bye week. About to make this homecoming week with the Bison starting out conference play. How are you, sir? Good to see you.
I'm doing well, Sam. Good to see you.
Absolutely. What a start for NDSU. 3-0 going into this bye week, and I don't think you could have drawn it up any better for the Bison. What stood out to you in these first three victories?
Definitely not. I mean, this Bison team has looked really good on both sides of the ball. There's been a lot to like so far offensively. Moving the ball on the ground and through the air, defensively, tackling really well, and all around just playing super physical, that Bison brand of football that we're used to seeing. So overall, I'm really pleased with these first three games. Couldn't have gone much better, I'd say.
Well, we've got plenty to get into throughout our show here for you tonight. We're going to take a look at the best for the Bison throughout the first three games of the year, starting at quarterback. They don't call it QBU for nothing, Noah, and it looks like Cole Payton is ready to take the torch and make his own mark. What a start it's been for CP9.
Yeah, I could not have drawn up much of a better start for Cole to start this season. You know, there was some question marks, I'm sure, that we all had simply because we hadn't seen Cole play up to this point in his career, but so far, I mean, he looks phenomenal. He's showing great touch on his deep ball, as well as being able to use his legs as a weapon. So all around, just super well-rounded quarterback play, and Bison Nation should feel really good about having number 9 back there under center.
You're seeing one of his 4 touchdown passes that he had against SEMO last weekend, 348 yards through the air, third most in Bison single game history, and of course can use the legs too, as we just saw there. So he's already off to a great start with his dual threat ability. Yeah. You also look on the ground, Barika Penu has been terrific. He was going to be the #1 running back coming into this year, and he has taken that responsibility and then some.
Yeah, I mean, Barika's done a great job so far, and I think he did a really great job this offseason of kind of changing his body, putting on some nice lean muscle without sacrificing any of his speed and agility. But he's really put some pounds on his frame, and he's able to handle more of that feature back load. And you can see it. He's running very physical so far this year, and still looks really fast, really explosive. So he really has transformed himself into a true bell cow back that is kind of a staple in this Bison offense.
Yeah, this one goes for 30-plus yards and had 100-plus yards total offense in the SEMO game, over 80 on the ground and over 30 in the air. Speaking of running the football, something we know well here at NDSU, we're going to take a look at our top 3 Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Dakota carries of the game. Get coverage that moves you to a new state of well-being when you carry blue. Learn more at bcbsnd.com. All right, Noah, got to go through a little SportsCenter top 3 so far. Speaking of Barika, he's embracing the contact here on this one.
Yeah, I mean, this is just your standard pin pull play. Great pin block there by the tight end, and then big fullback assist from Truman Weremeyer there, but also some physical running from Barika. I mean, that's kind of going back to what I mentioned. He's a real physical runner this year on the ground, so it's been really cool to see.
That's the way that Bison football was intended. That's number 3. Number 2, this was last weekend in the Dome. DJ Scott, 39 yards. They didn't call it a touchdown because they ruled he stepped out, but what a run here for the Kennesaw State transfer.
Yeah, I really like the way that DJ's been running the ball. Super physical, gets downhill in a hurry, and like you said, just barely misses the touchdown here, just barely steps out of bounds, but I mean, a fantastic carry, looking really explosive.
Yeah, he's already got 2 touchdowns on the year. And then number 1, we saw it down in Charleston. Cole Payton taking flight at the Citadel.
Yeah, I mean, Cole, again, showing off that he's a great athlete and using that explosiveness very well. Again, couldn't quite find the end zone, but, I mean, still just a phenomenal carry and some A-plus athleticism there on display.
Yeah, no doubt. One of the best plays we've seen this entire year for the Bison. All right, let's look at the wide receivers here. This was a group that had so much hype coming out of fall camp, and I think we've seen snippets of it in these first 3 games. You knew about Bryce Lance coming off the breakout year last season, Noah. Raja Nelson completely healthy. The depth of this group, how have you seen that on display?
It's been really cool to see so far. Bryce obviously was, not as involved in the passing game the first 2 games simply because of just how that game script went, and they were, those 2 games kind of got out of hand early. But, Raja, has really shown himself as a goal line target, Cole's favorite, target to go to in the goal line down there. And then Bryce this last game, showed what we saw all last season, taking the top off the defense and showing some real elite speed on the outside. So true big play potential. And then, Raja's showing underneath a real, possession receiver and just being a true red zone favorite for Cole. It's been really cool to see.
Yeah, the 2 veterans. You see Bryce Lance there with the big 75-yarder as well against SEMO. We've got to do some tight ends, man.
Gotta.
We're going to have you here in the studio, man. It would not be a show with Noah if we aren't talking about the crew chiefs. Bison tight ends are getting involved in the pass game here.
Yeah, Reese Kessel is a name that I keep hearing pop up more and more. He, in all 3 games so far, has made some explosive play down the field. But, we saw it in the opening play this past weekend. They find Finn Diggins, and he, turns it into an explosive play. And every game, it seems like they're showing up a little bit more and more. And it's been just really cool to see that these guys are getting that opportunity in the pass game, as well as, continuing to make their mark in the run game and just making their presence known in that case as well.
Yeah, it's certainly adding another dimension to the Bison offense here in the early going. All right, typically we have our Midwest Dairy drive of the game. Now we're going to take a look at our top 3 plays so far this year, presented by Midwest Dairy. Dairy is your game day MVP. Its high-quality protein helps build muscle while powering our team through practice, game day, and beyond for better performance and everyday health. Dairy helps us all bring our best game. All right, let's take a look at the top 3 plays here, Noah. Bryce Lance, turn on the turbo here, 75 yards.
Yeah, after a mild first 2 games, we were certainly looking for Bryce to get a little bit more involved and just finding a way to get the ball into his hands. And, a quick screen pass like that is an easy way to do it, and then that elite speed just takes over. You can see him just erase, the angle that the defender had there on him, and an easy touchdown there.
That's number 3. Coming in at number 2, Donovan Woolen, making music in the Music City with a pick 6.
Yeah, this is just an unbelievable play from a linebacker. Normally those defensive guys are playing defense for a reason because they can't catch, as we like to say. But obviously Donovan proved me wrong there, and he's just a phenomenal athlete the Bison should feel real good about.
And number 1, this was in the first half of the season opener. Rajah Nelson, the Superman catch, laying out for it, 34 yards.
Yeah, great throw there from Cole, showing a nice real touch on his downfield passing, and then obviously, some insane athleticism and focus to bring that ball in from Rajah there.
Yeah, great way to set the tone for the season for the Bison. All right, we're just getting started here on the Bison Football Show, a bye-week edition for you. Much more to come. When we come back, we're talking Code Green. The Bison defense looking strong here in the first 3 games.
What does it mean to be a mutual bank? It means we don't have shareholders, and we focus on serving our customers and communities. As the region's only mutual bank, we offer flexible financing and fast local credit decisions for your business. Provide you peace of mind on closing day for your new home. And loan options to help you move forward when life hits you with the unexpected. Being a mutual bank isn't just how we're set up, it's how we show up. Every customer, every community, every day. Mutual makes the difference.
Gate City Bank, for a better way of life.
When you carry blue, you get a devoted team backing you up, focused on you and your well-being, making it easier and affordable for you to make health a priority. When you carry blue, you get a health plan that anticipates your challenges, that's helping shape the future of healthcare, with more helpful tools and resources so you can get the most out of your benefits and focus more on living your best life. Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Dakota. Carry blue. Carry on.
These days, reliability means everything. And at Shields, we're always by your side. For your biggest adventures and your everyday victories. With Shields Visa and Shields Visa Rewards, we're here to celebrate every milestone and help you do more of what you love, so you never go alone. Shields Visa. Together, we've got this.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
Ding dong.
Mountain Dude?
The mountain is calling.
Give me a mountain, lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a view. Give me something simple and true. All I need is sunshine and that cool, refreshing mountain dew. Yeah, give me the sunshine, give me a view.
Welcome back to the Bison Football Show. Sam Neidermann, Noah Gindorff here with you on our bye-week edition. Appreciate you joining us. It's time to talk some defense, Noah. Code green for the Bison. Got off to a tremendous start. First 2 games of the year did not allow a touchdown. Held Tennessee State in the second game of the season without a first down until midway through the third quarter. There was, again, a lot of excitement for the guys coming into starting roles that had been waiting in the wings, and they have not missed a beat. What have you seen with this Bison D so far?
Yeah, you hit it there right on the head exactly, Sam. These young guys that have come in and have really just owned their role to the maximum. Donovan Woolen, Nathan Staling are 2 that you really have to bring up there, and this D-line has been in the backfield all 3 games so far this season. So it's been really encouraging to see, and you know, these defensive backs on the back end, you know, they're young and they're hungry and they're super physical, great athletes on the back end there too. So overall, this defense should be really pleased so far.
We're going to get into some highlight packages for our different position groups in a moment, but I wanted to ask you, you were on the 21 Bison National Championship team that had a gnarly defense. Do you see any similarities between this one and the one that you played with?
Definitely, and that was a super smart physical defense that we saw there in 2021. But this group, you know, is quite a bit younger, I'd say, and so that's the really impressive part, I'd say, is they have a lot of guys stepping into their first major role with this team, and they're owning it. So it does remind me definitely, you know, that 21 defense was phenomenal, and they played super physical and were super deep on the D line, and that's kind of what we're seeing out of the same, you know, 2025 team.
Pretty good company to have for Code Green. Let's get into it. Start up front. Defensive line for the Bison has been dominant, like you said, Noah. Jackson Dutenheffer is a captain, and Toby Anene is an emerging force at defensive end. Those 2 have really been wreaking havoc in opponent backfields.
Yeah, this whole D-tackle room has been super impressive. Like, major credit to Coach Cody Morgan getting those guys ready to play. You know, Logan Larson, Keenan Wilson, and then Dutenheffer, obviously mentioned there, have all really been making their presence felt in the backfield. Then these defensive ends coming off the outside, Toby and Kelton McCaslin, both have looked really impressive so far, and just looking forward to seeing those guys continue to wreak havoc all year long.
Yeah, the youngster Elijah Wayne. Also, you're seeing Victor Isley got his first career sack on Saturday against SEMO. A lot of depth up front for the Bison defensive line. You look at the linebackers, Noah. This is a group that had a ton of buzz going into camp. You knew you had your All-American and Logan Kopp coming back for his senior year. But then Nathaniel Staling and Donovan Woolen, they're in first-time starting roles. I don't think you would even know it when you watch those guys at linebacker right now.
No, and I think you're only going to see every game from here on out their confidence continue to build and build. But all 3 of them continue to just always find their way around the football every single play. And the athleticism with these guys was never going to be the problem. I mean, it's just going to be, you know, can they handle it mentally upstairs? And So far, these guys look unbelievable, and I would anticipate that it's only going to continue to grow from here. So overall, Logan is that senior leader in that room, and he's always going to be around the football. But those two young guys, Donovan and Nathaniel, they've just been doing a great job so far. Coaches have to be super pleased with how they're playing.
Yeah, Logan Cobb, just a turnover machine. You're seeing some footage from the Citadel game where he had a goal line stand. Woolen's ability to blitz, that's got to be an intriguing piece for Grant Olson to continue to deploy.
Definitely. I mean, he is just an all-around weapon out there. Not only is he able to come downhill, fill like you just saw there, and make big run stops, but he's also able to blitz the quarterback, and he's able to defend the pass on the outside. So just a perfect defender for any defense to have, just a true Swiss Army knife for any defense.
Yeah, and then Nathaniel Stanley, got to shout him out, representing your home state, Minnesota.
Yep, the Brainerd Lakes area, the greatest place on earth. Yep.
I love it, man. I love it. Well, DBs for the Bison didn't have too much to do in the first couple of games, with the Citadel playing option, and then Tennessee State wasn't able to get into too much stuff in the pass game. We saw them test a little more against SEMO. What have you noticed about this group early on?
Yeah, I mean, coming into this season, I think that this defensive backs group was, last year they were a little bit inexperienced, and there was a little bit of a baptism by fire type deal where they were thrown into there because of some injuries, and you could see them grow over the course of the season. But now these guys have a lot more experience under their belt, playing with a lot more confidence, and they're doing a great job so far filling in the run game, just making really tight defense on the back end and not really giving up any easy throws up to this point. So it's overall, super pleased with these guys, and same thing. I mean, you're only going to see their confidence continue to grow from game to game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Jakees Alexander, you see there with the interception against SEMO. I don't know how he was able to come away with the ball. I mean, in real time, it didn't look like it was a pick, and next thing you know, number 0's got it.
Yeah, I mean, that was an unbelievable play by Jakees, and he's a guy who, always kind of seems to make his way into the lineup and just very quietly, you don't hear his name too often, but that's usually a good thing when you're a defensive back, just because he just does his job, doesn't play around out there, and always just really fulfills his role great for this Bison defense.
No doubt about it. A lot to be excited about for Code Green and NDSU going into conference play. We got much more to come here on our Bison football show. When we return, it's time for our Olaf Anderson feature, talking with North Dakota native and Minot product, Logan Conklin. We'll have that for you on the other side.
A better way of life is better days off and better nights in. Better hellos and better goodbyes. With locally approved, financed, and serviced home loans, Gate City Bank makes buying a home simple. Welcome home. Gate City Bank, for a better way of life.
When you carry blue, you get a devoted team backing you up, focused on you and your well-being, making it easier and affordable for you to make health a priority. When you carry blue, you get a health plan that anticipates your challenges, that's helping shape the future of healthcare, with more helpful tools and resources so you can get the most out of your benefits and focus more on living your best life. Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Dakota. Carry blue. Carry on.
These days, reliability means everything. And at Shields, we're always by your side. For your biggest adventures and your everyday victories. With Shields Visa and Shields Visa Rewards, we're here to celebrate every milestone and help you do more of what you love, so you never go alone. Shields Visa. Together, we've got this.
Hey, grab me one too.
Welcome back to the Bison Football Show. Sam Neidermann along with former Bison captain Noah Gindorff here. It's time for this week's Olaf Anderson feature. We caught up with Minot native Logan Conklin.
That was a great game. It was amazing to watch, and just seeing that they were watching and that I was able to play like that was just amazing.
When did you think I could play Division I football?
For me, it was always like something in my mind. Obviously, like growing up, I always thought I was a basketball kid. So thinking like, oh, I'm gonna play basketball somewhere, that and that. But ultimately, growing up, just seeing that football was kind of like what I liked more, like getting older. And then it was like just thinking like I could make this a Division I thing if I put my mind to it. So just keep working, and then now I'm here.
Hayes swings that one complete. There's the first career reception for Minot's Logan Conklin.
2 weeks ago, take me to Charleston, that first catch, and what was that moment like?
It was pretty scary, honestly. Just getting the first catch, getting it out the way. It was a good throw by Hayes, couldn't ask for a better ball, and then just getting a few yards after that was amazing.
After the game, like realization, the work that you put in all that time, now it's paid off.
Yeah, it's paid off tremendously. Like obviously last year having Bray and TT and all those guys to help me like get better and get to where I am now. I say like they helped me a lot. Like Raj obviously has helped me a lot, Bryce as well, and Chris too. So like those guys have all helped me a lot. But like growing up in the program now, it's like last year was like there was a lot of things I had to improve on. Like I wasn't coming in, like obviously in high school I was the guy, but coming in here, no one's the guy. You have to work your way up again.
There you go, Logan Conklin off to a nice start here in his redshirt freshman season. Noah, you've been in that position before where you're young, transitioning from high school football to Bison football. What's that jump like? And take us through the process of what you've seen from Logan right now, trying to earn some more time here on the field.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of just, I mean, transitioning from a smaller school to NDSU, I mean, there's nothing that can really prepare you for that. And it truly is like trying to jump on a moving train, and you're just trying to learn as much as you can right away. And even with this culture now in college football where, you know, if you don't play right away, you transfer out. But it's really nice to see him, you know, stick it out, you know, really biding his time and carving out a role. And I mean, this is a loaded wide receiver room that we have here at NDSU. So for him to already be finding his way onto the field must be a really encouraging sign for him, I'm sure.
A couple of catches for Logan Conklin and a huge key block for Bryce Lance's touchdown against SEMO. All right, we're going to take our final timeout of the program. When we return, we're taking a look at the conference opener. The Bison hosting the Coyotes on homecoming. That and much more as we wrap up the Bison Football Show.
What does it mean to be a mutual bank? It means we don't have shareholders, and we focus on serving our customers and communities. As the region's only mutual bank, we're here to help. Whether you're growing a business, financing the unexpected, or buying your new home. Every customer, every community, every day. Mutual makes the difference.
Gate City Bank, for a better way of life.
These days, reliability means everything. And at Shields, we're always by your side. For your biggest adventures and your everyday victories. With Shields Visa and Shields Visa Rewards, we're here to celebrate every milestone and help you do more of what you love, so you never go alone. Shields Visa. Together, we've got this.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
Orthopedic pain is limiting. It's unpredictable. And when it disrupts the way you move, it disrupts the way you live. Life is better when you feel empowered to move the way you want, when you want. And that's where our experts come in. We're your guides to orthopedic and sports medicine treatment options that can manage your pain, rehab your injuries, and restore your confidence. Take back the freedom to move. Explore your orthopedic options at Sanford Health.
Since Nodak Insurance Company started, we've gone from paying by mail to paying online. Your proof of insurance in the glove box has changed to a quick tap to our online app. And as new technologies make farming more efficient, our coverage ensures you're always protected. The way we live and work has changed, but our values, service, and commitment have remained the same. Nodak is constantly evolving to meet your insurance needs and deliver answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company. Agents with answers.
Wrapping things up on our bye-week edition of the Bison Football Show, it will be another game inside the Dome for the Herd this Saturday. 1 o'clock kick for the homecoming game as the Bison host the Coyotes of USD. Should be a fun one as we bring you back inside of our studio. Sam Neidermann, Noah Gindorff here with you. Noah, this has been one that's been circled on the calendar with the Bison getting a chance to take out the Yotes after a couple of tough games against them in the last 2 regular season meetings.
Yeah, you hit it there exactly, Sam. The Coyotes have gotten the Bison the past 2 times that we've played, and we all remember that sour taste that was left in our mouths after that game down there in Vermillion last year. So I'm sure this is one that the boys are going to be absolutely ready to play. And coming off the bye week, you know these guys are going to be extra prepared, have an extra week of rest, and should be just come out flying, you know, on homecoming Saturday. I would expect them to really hold nothing back and just come out and play with a ton of energy and emotion both.
Yeah, it's always awesome to have homecoming inside of the Dome. Let's take a look at the remaining schedule for the Bison. 3-0 so far, sweeping out the first portion of non-conference play. We talked about USD. And then once you get into October, there's a few road games in there, Noah, and then 3 more home games in November. What stands out to you when you look at the rest of the schedule?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you're going to have the month of October circled there. You know, SDSU on the road is going to be the big one. And then, you know, follow that up 2 weeks later at UND. You know, that's traditionally a very tough place to play. And you know, that tin shed up there, we like to call it, is quite loud. I mean, that's probably the loudest environment that I've ever been in, was up there at the Alaris Center. So those are going to be 2 obviously huge tests there. But, you know, Illinois State is obviously no slouch either. So this is, you know, loaded conference as it always is, it seems like. And, you know, it's just going to be more of the same. And Bison definitely can never take a week off in the Missouri Valley, no doubt.
No, it is going to be a fun rest of the way for the Bison. Again, 1 o'clock on Saturday when things get going against USD. Noah, so great to have you. Really appreciate you coming in here on a bye week. It's fun to do this for the 2nd year with you, and excited to keep this season rolling, my friend. Thanks so much for the time.
Awesome, Sam. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
No doubt about it. All right, well, that's going to do it for us here on this bye week edition of the Bison Football Show. We'll be back with Coach Polasek next week to recap the USD game and much, much more. Thank you for joining us. Thanks to our entire crew. For Noah Gindorff, I'm Sam Neidermann. Have a great night, and go Bison.
Today's Bison Football Show with Coach Tim Polasek has been presented by Gate City Bank, for a better way of life, and Pepsi.
This has been an exclusive presentation from Learfield.